Hello everyone, I hope this video is finding you well. This is going to be my video for the season finale of Daryl Dixon Season 3. I know it's been a while since I've done a Walking Dead video, but I really wanted to talk about this one. I've seen a lot of people talking about will Rick show up in the season finale. I'm going to give you my thoughts on that. Plus, I'm going to give you just kind of what I think is going to happen as we go into this final episode of Season 3. It's been an amazing episode. Guys, before we get really into the video, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you're watching on mobile, hype the video if you have any hypes left right now. But yeah, so let's get into this video. I just really want to talk about this season. To me, this season has been amazing. I think it's not as good as season 1, but it's better than season 2. Season 2. Now, I'm not saying season 2 wasn't good. Season 2 was. I just think this is a better season than season 2. Daryl has. I mean, he's always been a badass. I mean, let's just face it. But we've seen some really badass Daryl moments in this season. In a lot of ways, it kind of feels this season felt like a western to me, and I really kind of digged that. I mean, Daryl's always been this kind of lone wolf, even with I mean, I get that he has Carol with him, but Daryl can handle himself, and I think probably as far as the spinoff shows go, I'm always gonna have a special. There's always gonna be a special place for the ones who live in my heart because Rick is my favorite character, but I only getting one season of that show and it kind of being rushed and um, the dialogue was kind of trash at parts. You know, it does have my favorite episode of out of all the spinoffs. That was the one that where it's just Rick and Michonne, and Rick finds out about everything really. And he kind of explains himself, and that was really that's been my favorite episode out of all the spinoffs. But I think I like Daryl Dixon better as a series or as a show. I guess I should say because we are on season 3, and we only got one season of The Ones Who Live. But I don't know. This just feels different. This every episode feels like you're getting a little bit almost like you're getting a movie. The quality, and I just think that Daryl Dixon was written better. But anyway, we're kind of getting off topic. We're gonna talk about season 3. I think the season 3 finale. I think it's going to be another just amazing Daryl episode. Daryl is trying to rescue Justina. I believe that's how you say her name. And I do think he will. I do think he'll rescue her. I think that I can't think of the character's name. It's the woman that's helping him. I don't know if she'll make it. But I do think that Daryl will rescue her. He will get her back to the boat. I don't know if they're going to escape on the boat, though. I don't know if they'll get back on the ocean because, I mean, when you really think about it, I don't know that Daryl and Carol could make it across the ocean by themselves on that boat. Neither one of them are sailors, and, that's quite the dangerous trip, and that's not like that's just like a small boat, I've always thought that whole thing was kind of screwy. Like, I mean, really, even if you were like a seasoned sailor, it seems to me like that would be, a hard trip, almost impossible in that boat, considering the size of the waves. Like, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a sailor. I guess it's possible, but I don't know. That seems kind of strange to me, kind of far fetched. I think it'd make a whole lot more sense if they were to get home another way. But I do think that Justina and Roberta, is it Roberto, will make it with them. I don't think Antonio is going to make it Roberta's father. I think he'll die, just because Carol and Daryl can't have nice things. And last season we lost Isabel, which was Daryl's love interest. This episode this season we see Carol with a love interest, and poor Carol, she's lost everyone. So I don't see that playing out. Well, she didn't. I mean, she didn't lose Ezekiel, but they broke up. So yeah, I don't see him making it out. Who else? Another death I think will probably happen. Feedy, I think he will die. I don't see any way that he makes it out. I think that they're going to leave. Spain with everyone in a better place than when they found them. Yeah, the king's gonna die, I think, as they rescue, or the prince, whatever they're calling him. He's gonna die as they escape, and as Daryl rescues Justina. Then I think they're gonna get back, and Feedy will end up being killed because he's just too cocky. I think he'll probably kill Antonio, and then Carol would kill him. Rick, do I think Rick is gonna show up? I would love it if he. Well, actually, I don't even think I'd love it if he did. I want to see Rick, but I want to see Rick in his own show. I do want to see Rick and Daryl have their reunion, but I don't want to see it in Daryl Dixon. I think that if we've spent 3 seasons now seeing Daryl become this real badass that can take care of himself, and I think that would cheapen that if Rick kind of swooped in at the last minute and just like came in and saved the day. No, I think that will happen when Daryl and Carol find their way back home. Would Rick go looking for Daryl? Of course he would, especially if I'm drawing a blank here. I can't think of his name. The little boy, Laurent, made it back to the Commonwealth with the pilot. I'm surprised the pilot made it, honestly, but they had to have someone to fly the plane, and he was the only one that could do it. Because it really seems like in all the spinoffs, all the new characters die, and it's kind of a waste of characters. But I get you can't bring everybody back to the Commonwealth. I mean, there's no way to get them there, and they all couldn't fit on the boat and the plane and everything. So yeah, but no, I don't think Rick's gonna swoop in, and I don't really want him to. I want to see him, but I don't want him to cheapen the hero and the badass that Daryl has become in his own show. I mean, he was always that, but Rick was the lead before, and then Daryl took over, and then when the show ended, he went on to do his own thing. But I don't want to see that. I don't want it to be that Daryl could only get away because Rick jumped in at the last minute and saved his skin, and I don't think it'll happen. Like I said, I don't know if they're going to get away on the boat, if there's going to be another way for them to leave. I guess it will be the boat, although it still seems strange. But I do think this season will end with them trying to leave to come back home, and I just don't see them getting there this season, because we know we have one more season of Daryl Dixon. So I think we may see that reunion at the end of next season after Daryl and Carol and Roberto and Justina make it back home, or make it home. Their new home, but Carol and Daryl's home. So yeah, that's kind of how I see that playing out. I don't know where they're going to go next season. I can't wait to see. Maybe we get a small trailer, maybe like even a teaser, something that kind of points to where the story may go from here. If they left Spain, I could maybe see them. I don't know. Maybe Egypt. Northern Africa. Maybe something like that. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how they're going to get home if they don't get home on the boat. I just always assumed that they would find another freighter that was going to America, and they would, maybe they would not hijack, but maybe they would be a stowaway or something like that. I don't know, because that's how Daryl got to France. So if they're going one way, they're probably going the other way. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see how the next season plays out. But so I don't think Daryl's going to be saved by Rick. I don't think that Feedy's going to make it out. I don't think Antonio's going to make it out, and I don't think the girl that is helping Daryl do the rescue right now is going to make it out. Those are my death predictions for this finale. And guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.